Mauricio Pochettino talking about Spurs mentality. Tim, is that the reason why Spurs aren't included as strongly in the title debate as maybe their supporters and their manager, that the players would like? Is it because they've been seen to fall short at the final hurdle in the past? Whether that's fair or not.
Yeah, possibly. But I think Mauricio, certainly over the last few seasons, has always played it down. When they got themselves in the position, he's always played it down. We're on a different project to everyone else. Well, when you look through the squad, you know, like so Lloris is a World Cup winner. You've got Harry Kane, who's a Golden Boot winner at the World Cup. You've got Dele Alli, who's possibly one of the best goal-scoring midfield players we've seen since Gerrard and Lampard. You've got Christian Eriksen, who without doubt is one of the best midfield players in the world. You've got the best two centre-half partnership in Vertonghen and Alderweireld. Danny Rose, possibly one of the best left-backs in the world. They've got the players, without doubt. And when they get injuries, they bring in the likes of Son, who's been an outstanding acquisition to that football club in the last 3 seasons. He comes in, he drifts off the line, he comes in every day, does his work. He's a dream, a manager's dream. And then not only that, if you want to give him a little rest, you can bring in Lucas Moura, who's played some of the biggest clubs in the world, who's showing his worth. They have got top players. You know, let's not be fooled. They have got top players at that football club. Yeah. And he gets the best out of the players at his disposal. And the players at his disposal, if they were up for sale, some of the best clubs in the world would be all over them. So that's how good Tottenham players are.
And we talk about maybe the Tottenham side coping with injuries to their squad, as though it's a thinner squad than Liverpool or Manchester City have. They've already had Lloris out for 4 games, Sanchez missed 6, Vertonghen missed 5, Danny Rose missed 5, Wanyama 7 games still out, Eric Dyer still out with his appendix issue, Moussa Dembele missing 8 games already so far this season. They have missed. Dele Alli was out for 3, Eriksen was out for a couple of games. So they're showing that they can cope, because they're still very much challenging for the title.
Well, you understand why they never signed anyone. They didn't need
I was going to say, they've built this squad for the last, for a good 3-4 years now. I was, like, I'm sure you were the same as well, Tim, even in the summer. I wasn't overly concerned about Spurs going to spend money or going to bring him over. I actually feel they have a good enough squad. I tell you what has surprised me is what Sissoko. Yeah. Where Sissoko was like, suddenly, I can't see him ever getting into the Spurs team. And over the especially the last month, he's been brilliant. Yeah. He's really looked like the player we've seen at Newcastle.
Well, he's pushed him inside.
Exactly, but his energy and how he plays. And I watched him against Everton. Because that was another tough game. It always is when you go to Goodison. And when he went to the Diamond and he went Son up top, it looked like Harry Kane had a new lease. He loved playing with a strike partner, because Son has stretched the game, he'd keep going in behind. And Harry likes to link up as well with play. He's able to tweak his formation at certain times to play the opposition. So we talk about solutions. He found a solution to really go to Goodison and really, and 6-2, it could have been more as well. It was an outstanding performance, one of the best performances I've seen, at a live game for a long, long time. So he has that, but they do listen, and also with Spurs as well, they get stronger as the season goes on. If you watch like the last few years, they get better and better. But I don't know. That experience of, they haven't won anything. They need, that League Cup is important. And like if you watch Mourinho, and I see Pep Guardiola was quite clever with it last year as well. Just you got to get that first piece of silverware. It allows you then to build for the and that confidence it can give you. And Mourinho was always clever on what he used to, he would attack that competition because he knew the importance of silverware. He knew the importance, the belief it gives you within your squad. So I'd be more concerned with Spurs, the League Cup. See where you come in the League Cup. See if you can go and win that. Make that your first priority, and then what happens after that? Then if you're in still,
it's a bonus. I think top 4 is taken care of.
Yeah,
I think that would have been their goal at the beginning of the season. You said get into the top 4 again. I think that's taken care of. They can limp over the line and finish in the top 4. Go and nick a few trophies. Listen, if you've got a chance to win the Premier League, of course you put all your eggs in that basket, but it's too early. Around now it's too early to say. So have a go at the Carabao Cup. In my opinion, have a go. Win it. Get everyone on a high, and they bounce into the remainder of the season. Yeah.
If you look at the games, and if we're looking at potential flaws in all of these sides that are challenging for the title, the spin on them being in the League Cup is that they've got a double-leg League Cup semi-final coming out. They're in the last 16 of the Champions League. They'll be involved in the FA Cup. They're fighting on a lot of fronts, Tottenham. Can that cause them issues, do you think?
I don't think it will. All it does is winning football matches is a habit, and it breeds confidence, and it gives Mauricio an opportunity to keep everyone interested.
Yeah. What a time to be a player.
Yeah. When you come into that training field, I think possibly, if I could handpick one, I would say Llorente probably ain't had the game time what he would like. The rest of them share the game time. You know, like I said, Davis is a quality left back. You know, he's playing left side centre half at times. You know, Trippier comes in there. Walker Peters has stepped in there and done a job when Aurio's missing.
Sanchez.
So you know, these names, they're household names now at Tottenham. No one not know him. Who's this kid? Everybody rolls off the tongue. You know, these are world-class international players, what they've got there. No, I think that just keep winning. Just keep winning games. You know, you don't want to lose a game. You don't want to go out in the semi-final or the Carabao Cup to Chelsea. That will be a big blow because everyone will feel negative. There'll be a negative vibe. At the moment, it's all positive around Tottenham.
All positive around Tottenham, and as you said, they tend to build towards the end of the season. Pochettino has been talking about his fitness staff, his coaching staff, and the job that they're performing in making sure. We talked about some of the players that are missing in that, you know, that have been missing throughout the season. But in terms of keeping the ones, when I say they're fit, I mean like the ones that have, you know, that haven't suffered an actual injury, but the ones that are playing are still at their peak fitness.
My concern was...
I'm not... Like, clearly, I have no background in what I've done, but you understand what I mean.
I have a good idea, roughly. If I don't, I'm just going to blag my way through it anyway. I was more concerned with Spurs this year due to the fact of the World Cup. The amount of players they had in the World Cup, and straight away they came into playing games. I believe it hasn't helped with their injuries, and that's why I'm a little bit... All right, I love what they do, and I'm a huge fan of Pochettino. I'm a huge fan of Spurs, to be honest. I love watching them play because the way they attack the end of the season as well, they're in real good condition. They build up, and then
condition rather than fitness is what I'm looking for.
There you go. But I think this year might be a little bit different. I think they might get. I think the hangover of a lot of their players playing World Cup football might catch them up towards the end.
I think on your point, I think the way Pochettino works.
I'm glad you knew what it was.
No, he works with his sports science and his medical team, and he's talking to them, and he doesn't put pressure on them. You know, you see managers in the past saying, "I need Eriksen. I need him now. I need him for Saturday." Well, if you might risk him for another, you might lose him for another 6 weeks. No, okay. He listens. You know, he knows what he's doing. He's saying, well, we're going to play him for an hour, and we're going to bring him out. We're going to rest him next week. He picks the games where he thinks he can rest him. At the moment, Eriksen looks like he's back to 100%, so he can play him in every game. And boy, you're going to need him. He is top draw.
What do you make of the Alderweireld situation, and that Spurs are going to opt to extend his contract, or take the option to extend his contract till 2020?
They got to.
But what that reportedly also does is trigger that £25 million release clause in his contract.
They're obviously protecting their interests, which is a very good centre-half who could play anywhere in the top 4 teams. You know, he could play for any of them. Now, it looks like they're going to lose him because he's let his contract run down. The only way they would keep him is by winning the Premier League, and that would save all problems. So Eriksen wouldn't go there, and he would probably stay at Tottenham, and so would Harry Kane, and so would all of them. You know, so go and win the league, and they ain't got to worry about anything. But with Alderweireld, I think they're just protecting their interest. They're going to lose him. It looks like it'd be a big blow, but I think that's why they've got the likes of Sanchez and Foyt. They're just bedding him in, trying to take his place. 25 million.
Who do you think they're going to lose him to?
25 million for Alderweireld is no money. It's no money in this day and age. He's dress rehearsed in the Premier League. Everyone knows he's a top-class Premier League performer. He could go to any of the top teams. So where could he go? If I was him, I'm staying at Tottenham. I'm draining every last penny out of Tottenham and saying, I want to stay here. I want to stay at this football club. But why haven't they done it up to now? It's probably gone beyond that now for Toby.
Where do you think he's going to end up?
Will
he stay at Tottenham?
I don't see him staying at Tottenham.
Will he go to Manchester United, which is where the reports have him off to?
I agree with Sam. I believe
Tottenham fans will be sick of people linking their players and their manager with Man United.
He could get in Man City's team. He could get in Liverpool's team. And I know like Gomez has been brilliant, but you'd still have him there. You'd still have him at Liverpool. Chelsea would have him. You know, so his options, he'd have plenty of options. And also he's played in Spain as well with Atletico Madrid. So there's good options there as well, you know, the 2 major clubs there, and I'm sure he'd be on their radar. With 25 million, I can see what Spurs do. I'd actually be a bit confused with his agent. How on earth can you have an option? He works for the club, but I don't see where it helps the player at all. But yeah, Spurs looking after their interest. you may as well get 25 million and not get anything at all. So it looks like it's gone too far. It don't look like he's going to extend his contract, and it looks like you may as well get 25 million for him, because otherwise you won't get anything.
But it seems as though it's what Spurs have done since even pre-season, which is to be able to take something that from the outside looks like a negative and turn it into a positive and make it something that's worked for them, and it's certainly working for them so far this season. They're in second place in the Premier League.